Hey everybody, it's On Screen Off Screen with Josh, Colin, and myself. Uh, I think I usually make Colin go first, so I'm going to make Josh go first this week.
Okay, my topic this week is a movie that I found out about and immediately thought of Lauren. Why did I think of Lauren immediately? It has Lewis Pullman in it. That's it. I was like, okay.
I'm watching it immediately.
Um, and then I found out about it's like called Remarkably Bright Creatures, and it's about animals, and it's like the whole I feel like the animal will sense that I'm kind, so it will be nice to me vibes. And I was like, again, this is such a Lauren movie. But this popped up on I've been seeing, like I said in the last episode, I've been seeing a lot of top 2026 movies. And this one's kind of like mentioned is like, oh, this is pretty good. Check it out. It's pretty good. And I was about to come on last episode and be like, Hokum is my movie of the year. But then I watched this movie. Remarkably Bright Creatures is phenomenal. I was sucked into this movie. I had zero expectations of any kind. Everybody was watching talk about it. People were like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." It's got a 7.7 on IMDb and 84% Rotten Tomatoes and 70%, I think, tomato audience score. But this movie is so freaking good. Our narrator is an octopus who um, is witnessing the cleaning lady, and she would come and clean and she would vent a little bit. Um, but she's like burying this trauma of having lost her son and not knowing if her son committed suicide or not. So she doesn't talk about that. She talks about the ladies in her book club and how they talk all this crap and like should she go to a old folks home or should she stay in her home. When Lewis Pullman's character comes in, he's looking for his biological dad and thinks that like if he finds him, he's supposed to be this rich real estate guru guy. He's going to demand his like child support that should have been coming his way. He lost his mother due to drug overdose. His mother left him nothing but the van that she OD'd in, and it breaks down in this tiny town. So when Sally Field's character, the cleaning lady, she slips and hurts herself, so she has to take some time off. He's hired as her temporary replacement. And like Lauren, it's a movie that has Lewis Pullman in it. It's about animals and a cleaning lady. Like, how much more of a movie could this be for you? I don't know.
And a cleaning lady.
Yeah,
Context, I used to
yeah,
clean for
she
a
used to be a
job.
janitor. Um, but like we're dealing with like Lewis Pullman, and he's doing such a good job acting in this movie, and like you can tell he just like doesn't know where he's going or what he's doing, but he just like a Hallmark movie breaks down in this small town, which by the way has the most beautiful house ever. If I could own that house, I absolutely will. Sally Fields owns this house that outlooks on this lake, and it's all wood and like cabiny, and like every time I see that home, I'm like, man, if I could live anywhere in the world, it would be that house. Because holy freaking crap, that is so amazing. And she's kind of burying this trauma, and then they start working together, and this octopus the whole time is being so condescending. He's like, man, if only like they have so many words to express themselves, but they won't just say what they want, and if only they could say what they want, they would both figure this out. And he has it as like this personal message mission to get them to express themselves before he dies, and he's like accepting that he is nearing the end of his life and he misses being out in the wild, and all this kinds of stuff. And like the way it is dealt with, the way that they process this, the way that they deal with themselves, there is a twist. It is not surprising, but I don't even care because I absolutely adored this movie. Um, I feel like, Lauren, this is either going to be a complete knockout of the park, like Thunderbolts contender, or this is going to be a little like, Josh, what are you talking about? That movie was so weird. I can't believe you would even suggest something like that. But
I mean, Lewis Pullman and an octopus.
yeah,
I'm sold.
I really recommend that you watch it and let me know what you think. But I absolutely fell in love with this movie. This is my movie of the year. If I had to pick best actor, I think the two choices are Adam Scott as in Hokum, or it's Lewis Pullman in this because he just does such a freaking good job. So far, it's my 2026 movie of the year. It's my absolute favorite movie of this year. This is one I cannot wait to watch again. It is so good. I absolutely adored this movie.
That's
I
pretty
also
cool.
have to tell everybody that yes, I do believe that if I'm nice to animals, they'll be nice back to me. And it's proven. Now, do I believe if there was a hungry bear and I was nice to it, it would still eat me, but politely. So,
Yeah. I don't really want to give too much more away on this movie because I do want Lauren to really, really watch it, and I don't want everything to be spoiled.
I'm signing off right now, and I'm gonna go watch Remarkably Brave Creatures. Just kidding.
Literally, what happened was I was like, I need to recommend this to Lauren. And then I was like, well, I've got some time. I kind of want to watch a movie. I guess I'll turn this one on because why not? And then I fell in love with this movie. I don't think this movie is going to be for everybody. Um, Conlon, I absolutely don't think you're going to love it nearly as much as I do. You'll probably like it,
I think my wife will love this movie.
but it was.
I
I fell in love with it. It's so good.
I thought it was interesting because I saw it on Plex, and as I kept like looking on what to watch this week, I kept like looking at that, and I was like, ah, and then I went to
Yeah.
so because I had no idea what it was about, and so I was judging a book by its cover, and so I'll definitely check this out.
Like I said, I added it 100% for you. I was just going to send you a text and be like, hey, this movie came up. But then I ended up watching it and I was like, she's probably already seen this. And if not, I want the ability to tell her on the podcast. So that's why I waited. Um,
Yeah. Well, good.
yeah, I hope you.
Better good.
I hope
Yeah,
you
I
love
haven't
it
even
too.
heard about this, so
Yeah.
I'm really glad. And I'm surprised because I do love Lewis Pullman, and so
Yeah.
sometimes I'll just like search him up and try to find movies.
Yep.
So, all right. Did you tell us what it was rated out of?
I'm giving it a 9.8. I don't think it is
Ooh.
actually a 9.8. I'm just absolutely in love with this movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good. All right. All right, Conlon. With that good review, let's go to yours.
Okay. Mine is also going to be a good review, but it's not going to be that good of a review. That's crazy. So I watched Jack Ryan Ghost War, the recent movie that just came out. I like the Jack Ryan TV show. I think it is a solid TV show. I think it is well worth watching. This is too hated on, but I also understand why people don't like it. The Jack Ryan TV show is good. It usually gets a little bit deeper into the politics and like what's going on. This is a very basic spy movie. If you're in the mood for a spy movie, I think this is a good one. I think it's worth watching, but it's not something that's going to blow your socks off. If you've seen a spy movie before, you've seen this movie. It's nothing super new. Um, John Krasinski he's good in the role. I like him in the role. I like Wendell Pierce as James Greer. I think he's great. And basic story is John Krasinski has retired from being a spy. He's in the private sector now, and James Greer is seeing signs of a plot that he shut down 20 years ago restarting, and he doesn't know completely why. So he gets John Krasinski's character Jack Ryan back into the game, and basically the plot is starting up a bunch of terrorist cells, and there's a bunch of bridges that they're afraid are going to blow up, and there's going to be a chemical warfare weapon. Like, it's very basic spy stuff. um but basic spy stuff doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means it's basic. On IMDb, you have a 5.7 rating right now. I think that is just too low because it's not bad. There are a lot of things you can watch that would be slower, would be more boring. This isn't that. When I was thinking about who I could recommend this to, would I recommend this if you haven't seen the Jack Ryan TV show? No. But if you have seen the Jack Ryan TV show, I don't know why you wouldn't watch this. I don't know why you would hate this. I don't. It's just an enjoyable time. If you like John Krasinski, you're probably going to have a good time with this. As they're going along, you have the main person from the CIA, the president, whatever it's called, of the CIA, and she comes to London. They blow up the car, and James Greer becomes the new head of the CIA, the acting president of the CIA. And he has to deal with a lot of the weight of that position and the fact that this is the biggest political travesty in this world that has happened in a very, very long time. And that's on his shoulders. He has to deal with that. The group that he thought he stopped wasn't stopped. Apparently, the plans are still around. He has to deal with that. So you have a lot of pressure that he's under, and that pressure brings a lot of intrigue to the story. The action is quite well done. The cinematography is good. The cityscape of London is beautiful. They did a good job of making it feel expansive, and like what they were doing was something they had to stop, or really detrimental things were going to happen, which is all the little pieces that you want of a good spy movie. Like I said, just because it's nothing crazy new doesn't mean it's not a movie worth watching. It is something that I think Josh should put on his list. Maybe not high on his list, but sometime watch it. It's worth it. Lauren, if you haven't seen the Jack Ryan TV show, I recommend watching that. I don't have a ton more to say about this one. I'm going to give it a 6.7, 6.8, right in there. Solid movie.
I was gonna say I have seen it because I like John Krasinski, so I usually, if John Krasinski is in something, I'll watch it. um,
That's fair.
but yeah, it was funny when you were like, "Oh yeah, this is just like any spy movie ever." So he's in retirement, and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, that sounds about right."
Yep.
I'm like, I feel like if there is a movie made of a spy movie, or it's like the sequel or whatever, it's always they're bringing them out of retirement if it wasn't the plot of the first one.
100%. I didn't even think about that, but that's hilarious.
Or sometimes it is in the case of Red and Red 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh, are you going to watch this at some point?
Eventually,
Yeah.
I think Jack Ryan the show is pretty good to find. I'll watch it eventually. I feel like everybody's kind of saying what you're saying, and they're like, it's more Jack Ryan, and it's the same. That's what
Yeah,
I've heard.
pretty much. Pretty much.
Well, did you give us a rating?
Yeah, like a 6.7, 6.8,
Oh,
right in there.
cool, cool. Better than Black Panther, but
Better than Black Panther. Literally just worth watching once. I will never watch it again, but it was worth watching once.
cool. Well, then we'll scoot on to my topic, which is a book that I listened to. I actually
Cool.
read this book. It's called Airman by Ian Kaufner or
Cool.
Colfer. Um, it is basically the Count of Monte Cristo, but a little bit different. I remember reading this. I got it from the library as like a kid, and I loved it. And so I was trying to find the book for years, and for whatever reason, nobody carried the book anywhere. And so I don't think I would have to have ordered it, but I could never. For some reason, never get the book, so I still haven't. But I got it on Audible. So this book, it follows this kid who he was like born in the sky. Him His mom was in a hot air balloon that was like getting shot down, and so like it triggered her labor, and so she gave birth to him while he was in the sky. And so everybody's like, oh,
That's
he's
crazy.
meant to be an airman or whatever, because this is in a time before like airplanes, and it's like just at the cusp of like all of these inventions happening. And it's there's like this little kingdom that they call, there's Big Salty and Little Salty. And the king of Little Salty and Big Salty is trying to bring innovation to the world, because the only thing that really has going for this little kingdom is that there is diamonds that they can mine under the sea. So they use these diamonds to help fund innovation um, and like to put their citizens to go to school and learn. And so it's kind of like a booming up and coming place. And so this kid who was born in the sky is brought there with his family, because his family is friends with the king, and the king has a daughter his age. And so of course they end up being best friends. And he gets tutored by this Frenchman who was actually the balloon operator of when he was born. And so they're trying to come up with a flying machine, because they both really love flying and the idea of the concept of flying. So they're trying to invent a flying machine. There's this man who's in charge of Little Salty, which Little Salty is basically a prison where anybody who's like a murderer, like big crimes, get sent to Little Salty, and they're the ones who mine the diamonds that then fund everything. The guy who's in charge of Little Salty decides that he wants to become king, so he kind of sets this thing in motion to blame the Frenchman for killing the king. And the kid sees this guy kill both the king and his tutor, and so he's like, I'm gonna tell on you. But then the guy ends up, because the kid's father is like the ahead of all of the guard. So the guy who killed the king was like, I'm going to use you to keep your father in line. But instead of being like, I have your son, he makes him think that his son was killed, and then this um, by this soldier who killed the king and the inventor, uh, and made him believe that his son was that soldier by like disguising him, and like he put a lunatic box on his son's head. So he's like, yeah, this crazy dude just came and like massacred everybody in the room, and your son so happened to be in there. So sorry, so sad, so bad. And uh, so then the son gets sent to Little Salty and is like doing these things, but beforehand he's put him in front of his dad, and his dad was like, he's like, I don't have a son because of you anymore. And the kid's like, what do you mean? Like, you think I actually killed all of these people? So the son thinks the dad hates him. The dad thinks his son is dead. And they send the son to Little Salty, and he has to figure out how to survive in this prison full of like murderers and like big time crime people.
Wait, explain it to me again. How did he not realize that it was his son?
So a lunatic box was put over his head, and he was like
Okay.
gagged inside it, so he couldn't say anything. And
I
then they like disguised him by making it look like he had tattoos and stuff that fit a description of
I
one of the
I didn't know
soldiers.
what a lunatic box was.
Oh,
I get it. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So they masked him basically.
Okay, cool.
Um, but yeah, so then he gets sent to this prison, and then he uses his like smarts and cunning to
Mhm.
kind of become a head of a gang. Uh, and while he's ahead of the gang, he can start getting supplies, and he starts making a flying machine. Not really a flying machine, a glider. Uh, so he makes a glider in his cell, and then he starts getting in good with all these other guards to be like, oh yeah, like I can make this for you if I can get some walking time up in the air. And so he gets all of these favors, and it takes him like years to be able to then glide out of the prison. And then he kind of is angry at that his father thought that he killed everybody, and that the princess never like that the princess believed that he killed everybody. So because he truly believes that they think he killed everyone, and so it turns into this kind of Monte Cristo thing where he's trying to get um, his inventions going, but he has to do it under a different name. So he kind of becomes this count type person, but he's this new inventor, and nobody really recognizes him. And it's anyway. I haven't finished it yet, and I can't remember how it ends, but it's very Count of Monte Cristo so far. Um, Minus like this one, it's kind of like a revenge thing, but not in the way it's like the PG Count of Monte Cristo.
The PG Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah, the young adult
That's
version
awesome.
of Count of Monte Cristo, and I've
Have you ever
yeah,
have you ever read Count of Monte Cristo?
yeah,
Okay, cool. I want
yeah,
to read it. It's on my list. It's been on my list for a long, long time.
yeah. I've read it, and I love the movie as well. It's a good one. We should do that as a thingy.
We should sometime. It's a great movie. And I also haven't seen that one in a very long time. Cool. That book sounds fantastic. That sounds great. Is this like what age range would you say this book is?
I would say it was like young adult, but I think anybody could, um, like, yeah, honestly, I think like any age range really, because it's not gory or like.
Is it
I
like
read this in elementary, but
Gregory
I
the
also
Overlander? Where are we talking?
probably a little bit above Gregory the Overlander, I think.
Like
Um,
Harry Potter later books level?
yes,
Okay, cool.
yeah, because I like when I'm trying to gauge this stuff. Like I was reading Harry Potter in third and fourth grade, so I'm like
We know you're a
my
genius.
I'm not a genius. I was just very lonely, so all I had was books. Um, so
What's
yeah,
your rating?
my rating. I would say it's a 9 out of 10. I really enjoy this
Okay.
book, and I remember like years I was trying to find this book, and so I found it on Audible.
Well, I'm adding that to my reading list. I love The Count of Monte Cristo. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. I've
Good.
also wanted to read it for a very long time, but it's just long.
Big.
Yeah, this one
Long.
isn't too long. I was just listening to it at work, and I kept getting interrupted, so I wasn't able to finish it this week. But um, plus, I was also listening to other books. So, all right. With that, let's go to our shared topic, which is Solo Mio.
Hmm.
Um, I believe this was a Conlin suggestion, so we'll have
It
him start
was.
first.
Okay. I was interested in this because of how honestly hyped it was. To be completely honest, that's why I was interested in this. Um, I don't think it lives up to the hype, but I also do like the movie. Is kind of where I'm at. I would like it better if it wasn't for the side characters. Because you have like the guy who marries his therapist, and that couple sucks. They're awful. And every single time I'm in the show, I'm like, let's do anything but have you talk. Because you guys are freaking annoying. Why do you want to hang out with them? Why are we welcoming this person to the villa? I don't really know. The other side couple is better that get divorced and remarried with Allison Hannigan or whatever her name is, Lily from How I Met Your Mother. They're better, but I also don't really like them, and that is the problem with the movie because I like our main character. He basically basic story is he is going to Rome to get married. His fiance decides that she can't marry him. She runs out on the wedding, leaves him a note. He goes kind of on a spiral. Italian baker girl finds interest in him. Don't really know why, but because it's a romance movie, I kind of just let it slide. Whatever. She is very straightforward and is like, "We're going on a date, and we're going on another date, and you should stand up for yourself, and you should actually show your art. You're an art teacher, and obviously you have art. Show me. Um, be be interested in things. Be invested." And he slowly breaks out of his shell. It's a very like paint by numbers that way because there's always one character who really needs to break out of their shell. Blah 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 blah. And they both lift each other up, which I feel like this movie does a good job of. I like their romance. I think it's sweet. I like the imagery of Rome. Andrew Bocelli is her uncle, and he he gets to sing with Andrew Bocelli at the end. Anthony Bocelli. Why did I say Andrew? Anthony Bocelli at the end of the movie. Super
Andrea,
cool. Did I say
but yeah,
Andre? What the freak is wrong with me? I said the wrong name twice,
Bocelli. Yeah.
guys. That was super annoying. I like his music. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, gets to sing with him at the end of the movie. It's really super cool, and that's part of him. Like, I'm gonna stand up for myself. I'm actually gonna be something great. They go into a vineyard, and she asks him to paint for him, and at the end of the movie, there's this painting that he does for her, which I thought was super super sweet. I love the relationship. I like our two main characters. I think the actual grounds of Italy are gorgeous. They're making pasta together, and it's very like typical romance movie. And that's why I don't know why this is rated so highly because so much of it is just like typical romance movie, and that's not a bad thing. I enjoyed that, but it also doesn't make it great. And that's kind of my thoughts on this movie. Get rid of the side characters, and you would have a much better romance movie that I would rate much higher. I'm gonna give it like a 6.5. It was worth watching once. Glad I watched it. Hope you guys liked it. What you guys think?
Uh, it was funny because when I was watching this, it kind of has the Hallmark um, setup of like they meet the person in the hometown, uh, they windswept romance, miscommunication, then like everything's back to being good again. Um,
Yeah.
I actually didn't watch the end because I watched this 7 times and I kept falling asleep. I kept starting it and I was like, okay, I'll clean while I'm watching this, and then I'd like finish and then I'd like sit down and I'd fall asleep. I don't know if that's just because this week I was very tired, or if this is my new melatonin.
All sleep movie.
Yeah. um, I mean, I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine. I do agree that I was like kind of annoyed with the two guys. I'm like, ah, just stay away from those two dudes. Um, yeah. I did like when they're at the concert and he was like looking at her and they were like miming back and forth to each other.
That
And
was
he's like, I could sing better than that. She's like, oh, really? But yeah, I also thought it was funny that she ended up being everywhere that he was, wherever it didn't
every
matter.
single time.
Yeah. Um,
Concert top party that there's like 40 people at. She's there.
She was
yeah,
invited to that by
Oh,
the
she invited her
guy.
on.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
yeah.
You're right.
The only one
Which
she
is,
just happens to be at is
The
the
bar.
bar.
Okay.
yeah. Because that was my thought was when she popped up to the party, I was like, how? And then when he's like, I invited her, I was like, oh, okay, fine. um, but yeah, I like weirdly, I would put this at like a 5 just because I'm thinking of like uh Black Panther. You know, like I'd watch Black Panther, but apparently, or maybe I should bump it up because of I'm sleepy. I can put this on. Yeah, I don't think it was bad. I actually, I am bumping it up to a 6 because I did enjoy the romance of it and having a romance movie that isn't oh, look at how hot this new hot actor is, so we're gonna show him shirtless every 2 seconds so that you'll love this romance movie. Um, Wuthering Heights. And don't watch that movie; it's so dumb. Anyway, uh, so you know what? I'm gonna bump it up again because I enjoyed that it wasn't like that. It is now a 7. Anyway, Josh, let's hear how you liked it.
Uh, the short answer is I didn't. Um, I think that this is an accumulation of everything wrong with romance movies. Um, it shows off very unrealistic expectations. It has an inconsistent message. It has an inconsistent stories. All of the side characters are terrible. Um, so basically, we start this movie seeing a very happy romance. And then at the end of the movie, we get this message of like, we never really could make each other happy. And I'm sitting
That's a
there like,
really good point.
what are you talking about? You literally just showed happy things. We just showed him
Yeah,
getting out of his shell.
they,
We showed
they
him
never show him bad, like ever.
it's
They
not
never show bad relationship stuff.
yeah, they tell him that like, oh, we just didn't want to be alone. And I'm like, if you just didn't want to be alone, you would have shown like waking up in the morning and making breakfast and just like a grunt as a good morning and not communicate. That's what you would have shown, but you didn't show that. You showed them frolicking in the leaves and super happy. And then we get this whole like side message, and this could just be me projecting because of personal history, but it's like it's okay to walk out on a man and not have a conversation with him because yeah, and he's just gonna give you an out a week later because he met someone else. Like, no, you had a happy relationship. You totally just like disappeared on him, blocked him. Like, the fact that he gives her an out at the end isn't just like a bad plot point to me. It made me furiously angry. It is the worst part of the movie where he's like, it's been a week and a half, but it's okay. And I'm like, nobody does that. Nobody in the history of getting walked out on their wedding 2 weeks later is going to be like, it's okay. I understand. Maybe a few years, maybe a few years down the line, you might be able to achieve that kind of maturity. But like, this is a weekend later. This is 2 weeks later at the most. And he's just like, I get it. It's fine. We never made each other happy. And I'm sitting there like, you guys were happy at the beginning of the movie. What? What are we even talking about? This freaking sucks. That's my it's unrealistic expectations. It says, "Oh, just meet somebody else and it makes the previous damage go away even if it's the very next day." Like I really hated that. It takes more than 2 weeks to get over a relationship that built up to the point where you were going to get married in Rome. And there's no consequences for that. She brought her family and his family to Rome from the United States to disappear on it, walk out on it, and 2 weeks later, they just sit down together and they're like, we never made each other happy, so it's okay. No! Meeting somebody new doesn't get rid of that previous trauma. That's serious trust issues. I didn't get to that point, and even then, I'm still like, she's probably gonna hurt me, like, just like everything's fine now. It's not how it works. Oh, I hated this movie so much. All of the side characters suck. I don't think the Allison Hannigan's relationship is better. I also don't think it's worse. Because Colin's exactly right. The therapist marrying the therapist and then finding out that he's a physical therapist but likes to act
It's
like a
so
therapist
dumb.
is like Wow, that's
And who
so annoying.
who the hell would not say I'm a physical therapist? Nobody. It's not like physical therapy is a, oh, I'm shamed that I'm a physical therapist. I it was so that was so dumb. It
Yeah.
was such a dumb part of the movie.
But the other relationship is also just super toxic because he's super controlling and she just is super stubborn and they don't communicate well ever. Um, the Andrea Bocelli scene was really cool because I like Andrea Bocelli and not much more than that. um, I hated that that was his proclamation of loving her. I hate that the big twist was like, I talked to her in my cafe and I'm the reason she walked out on the wedding. That's your reason for shutting him out? um, Sorry, don't buy that either. Act like freaking human beings.
I do buy that one.
I
I could totally see somebody doing that. Lauren, could you see somebody? Did you see that? Do you know what they're talking about?
No.
So
Okay,
you get to a point where he is confessing that he was there to get married and that she walked out on him, and he shows her the note and she recognizes it as the note she helped the previous girlfriend write.
Mm.
And so that is why towards the end of the movie she decides, I can't have a relationship with this guy, I have to run away. I don't buy it. Like, you helped out somebody in your cafe. It was a complete
but she
like
feels
coincidence, like many romance movies have. Like, I get that
like
it would be a
super guilty
problem,
about
but
it.
it's not
Yeah,
such a terrible thing that you would run away and refuse to talk to this guy. Like,
I can see it.
this movie
I can see it.
sucks.
But on the podcast, I am changing my score because I think that Josh is right. Because I didn't really think about the fact that there was no signs of it being a bad relationship at all, which is weird. I didn't think about that, but I didn't.
Because it doesn't come
And
up till
that,
the end of the movie. It's like two
yeah,
minutes at the beginning of the movie where everything's happy, then an hour and a half of garbage, and then a 2 minute like, we never made each other happy.
it
That's what it was.
ruins the kind of premise of the entire movie. Honestly, I'm gonna drop it to a 4.5. I'm gonna drop my score because that ruins the premise of the entire movie.
Okay.
And I'm guessing that Josh is going to be at negative 30,000, right around
I'm
there.
giving it a 3. Rome is beautiful. There's the whole plot of like he's an artist but doesn't share his art, but he never shares his art in the thing. Like, we get to see Kevin James's painting during the credits, but he never shows her his art. He never opens that part. That would have been far more meaningful to me than him singing over Andrea Bocelli. Like, it's just a dumb movie. I'm giving it a 3. Don't watch this movie, people. It is like, hey, you want this like terrible, horrible, stupid um, romance cliche? Here we go. I will admit, there was at one point where I thought the previous wife was going to see him with her when they went to the dinner with the family the first time at the restaurant, when they pulled out the table out to the front. I was like, oh, the previous girlfriend is going to walk by. We're going to see her walk by. And they didn't do that. So I will give it a point for that. But, like, so stupid. Such a stupid.
I'm sticking with my 5. I was joking about the 6 and 7 just because I hate Wuthering Heights. um, and I haven't seen the full thing, so I guess it's a tentative 5. But I do appreciate that they have a movie out there where it's a romance one where Kevin James is the lead, and you
I
have
agree.
another lead that is a romantic interest that isn't just like Margot Robbie. Um, Still pulling from Wuthering Heights, but uh, I want to see more romances with leads like that. Um, but yeah, anyway, hopefully next week our topic will be better, which is going to be The Village. And we hope you guys have a good week, uh, and that it's better than this movie. Bye.
You guys.